Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Love and Real Estate. It's your girl, Danielle, your local Northern Virginia realtor, and I'm with my love,
Daryl.
And we're bringing you another episode. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, on the last episode, we usually every podcast episode we have an economic topic, and then we have a love topic. So in the last episode, we started with the economic topic.
Right.
Like what would happen if the U.S. defaults on their debt.
Right.
If you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it. It's a pretty good episode. And then we
streaming everywhere on that you catch all your podcasts.
Yeah, on all podcasts,
all platforms.
Yeah, and whatever you listen to, please remember to leave us a 5-star review. So, but we ended it on the love topic. So I decided, I think we should change things up with this podcast episode. We should start with a love topic, right? And the one that I have in mind is it was a story that came out about a week ago, and it was about Gabrielle Union. So she was, conducting an interview with somebody. I forgot, but she mentioned during the interview that her and her husband, who is the former NBA superstar Dwayne Wade
for the Miami Heat, still as of tonight, still in the playoffs, in contention for the playoffs.
He's still in the playoffs, but he actually owns part of the Utah Jazz.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never would have thought, right?
Never would have known, right?
Never would have thought, right?
Well, I guess that makes sense. Just not to get off topic, but Usher owns part of Cleveland Cavaliers, and not Atlanta Hawks, where he's originally from.
Yeah, so, you're right, though, right? Well, guess the way Wade from Chicago, you think he probably own like a little percentage of Chicago, but you never know. Yeah. Maybe that's the only opportunity that came up.
Right.
So Gabrielle Union stated in this interview that her and her husband Dwayne Wade split their household expenses 50-50.
Oh.
Now, this raises a lot of questions.
It does.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, I was very surprised when I read about this. And it's hard for me to really believe because even though Gabrielle Union, very beautiful lady, very talented,
yes,
had a very incredible career, I would presume that Dwayne Wade has a lot more financial income than Gabrielle Union. It ain't like she's making like 10 movies a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe that's why they decided to split 50-50 because instead of him paying for all of the household bills, they contribute an equal partnership, if you will.
No, I understand that, but they must have an expensive lifestyle. And maybe not. Maybe I'm just assuming, but I can't believe that her pockets are that long to split their household expenses down 50-50.
Well, you're just talking about household expenses, though. So you talking about maybe your typical mortgage bill for the home.
Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Your electricity, gas, water, whatever.
Yeah.
That we're not talking about the lifestyle where she's out shopping, buying whatever she wants. Maybe groceries on a.
So Dwayne Wade is going out.
I don't see Gabrielle, or Dwayne Wade buying their own groceries. I feel like they have people for that, but I could be wrong.
But that's part of the expenses that I believe they're just splitting 50-50. But I guess it probably wouldn't make sense if Dwayne Wade goes out and buys a new vehicle,
right?
That
she would pay half.
Half of that. That you're right. That won't totally make sense, or vice versa. When she goes buys a vehicle.
Now I did just hear though that he sold his home in Florida, the Miami home that they had.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it said that they were moving to, but they were leaving Florida.
Probably Utah.
Yeah.
But then again, no, maybe not Utah. Because the
maybe
reason
LA.
Why maybe LA. That would be more conducive to their lifestyle. Yeah. Because the reason why he left Florida is because he has a transgender son.
The politics.
And the politics of Florida is kind of driving him away. So California is a little bit more inclusive.
We're going to leave that there.
Yeah, we'll leave that there. But okay, so this is the question that I got for you. There were some people on YouTube, some videos that I was looking at. I'm not going to call nobody out by name, but they was kind of, I don't know, kind of making fun of Dwayne Wade for him requiring his wife. I don't even know exactly sure if it's his requirement or not, but the fact that his wife pays half the household expenses, because as the man, they were saying that he should pay for everything. Right. Now, I could understand that logic to a certain extent because Dwayne Wade is a superstar. He has a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I was kind of I was like, okay, that makes kind of sense. Yeah, the man should be taking care of the family and everything else, right? But it's more to manhood than just paying all the bills, right? Now, that's a big part of it, but there's more to it. Now, in our marriage, right, we kind of have the same method. Don't we kind of really pay everything 50-50? I mean, it's a little bit of a maybe. I think I pay like 60, you pay 40 or something, but
Yeah, I mean, I
like
think
that.
we all. I think I would say like in our marriage, we contribute in a way like, you know, you take care of the mortgage, but then, you know, I'll maybe do the grocery shopping and, you know, anything essential for the kids. So we kind of, it just is a balance. We kind of just fell into it. We didn't have a discussion or
like
anything.
a split to a certain extent, right?
Yeah. So it kind of evens out. I guess it just depends on, you know, your lifestyle. Now, I will say, being in real estate, I come across a lot of couples, married couples, where, especially in this area of Northern Virginia, where the husband more than likely is the breadwinner, if you will, and takes care of the financial responsibility, because more than likely the wife isn't working. She's like a stay-at-home mom, or, you know, maybe has her own, you know, entrepreneurial business, but it's not enough to carry, you know, a household. And a lot of times, because the husband is in the military or works for the government, always moving, you know, they tend to take care of more of that responsibility. So you do find that a lot. I don't know if I've ever come across a 50-50 split couple. I mean, you know, I don't dig into everybody's finances that way, but you get into that conversation as far as like, I
mean, if you kind of going through all your household expenses and you actually dividing everything up 50-50, I mean, you kind of got a problem in your marriage anyway.
You think so?
I mean, if you that detailed,
maybe,
you know.
I mean, then again, maybe it's, I mean, they got to both have accountants. So they're not doing it. So maybe it's something where, you know, his accountant and her accountant, they sit down and, you know, they do the charting of, okay, this is what your, you know, your basic expenses are each month between the monthly bills. And then they split that in half. And then her accountant puts in the money, his accountant puts in the money, and so it's split 50-50. You could do that.
I totally agree with that.
I can't imagine that they're sitting down discussing it, because they seem to be, you know, out in the limelight doing whatever, but I would assume their accountants are taking care of it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But I will say this, though. They have different income levels than the average American, right?
Correct.
So, excuse me. With that said, if you are poor, if you belong to the middle class, which a lot of us kind of believe we belong to the middle class, but really we just poor because we live paycheck to paycheck. But if you belong to the middle class, more than likely, depending on the area where you live at and the job that you have, you need 2 household incomes to support the household.
Oh yeah,
right. And I'm not even talking about that you live in an expensive lifestyle. It's just the cost of things up here. Like, we live in North Virginia, right across from DC. It's expensive as hell here. Yeah. Right. So the household with 3 kids needs my income and your income, right? Yeah. Now, we could cut back if we needed to and survive on one income. Well, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like the stuff we do for the kids. Yeah. Right. Their dances, their soccer, all that stuff that costs extra money. Yeah. The cable, you know. Yeah. Maybe in a certain extent to the internet, but I think that's kind of damn near impossible. That's kind of like a utility, like water. You need it. But I guess if you're rich, I can see one person paying for all the household expenses, like LeBron James, right? Yeah. I don't believe his wife has a job. I mean, her job is, of course, to run the household. Yeah. But she said that too, because she actually came out with an article where she said, because you're kind of seeing more of her now in front of the scene, like out in the limelight. And she said for a long time, she prided herself on staying off of social media, staying at home with the kids, taking care of them while he was kind of, you know, in this ladder of his career. But she did a lot of stuff for herself. And so now she's on like a magazine cover and talking, and she does have her own, I believe it's a clothing line or business or something, but you don't hear a lot about her because she did. No, she plays her position. I like that. You know, and she's there for the kids. And plus, they've been together since high school, so she's been rocking with him. Well, and that's what I want to bring up. Hold on, so he's very lucky because he has a very good woman by his side, right? Very lucky. Now, this is the problem, though. Everybody within the NBA or everybody that has money is not so lucky to have that committed partner, right? Correct. Some women out there, and some men too, don't get me wrong, are just leeches. So, for example, I heard the story. There's this guy named Trevor Ariza. He used to play for the Lakers. He actually won a championship with the Lakers. I never heard of the brother, but I'm not like an NBA freak like I was when I was a child. But he made $119 million in his time in the NBA, and he never was an all-star. So I mean, just imagine what the other NBA players, they're all-stars, what they make, right? But so he made 100 and they said 119 million. It's really not that much. He probably took home with the agent, the taxes, especially the California taxes. He probably he probably took home about, say that he'd be lucky to see 60 million of that, right? But that's a lot of money.
Okay.
But right now he's going through financial troubles, right? And but the reason why his financial troubles are being discussed in the media is because he's going through a heated divorce with his wife, Bree Anderson. And this lady is demanding child support, which I understand, right? But she wants child support to be enough to maintain her fancy life. The same life she has.
That is not unknown, though. That is not unknown. I watch a lot of Housewives.
Talk to me.
I watch a lot of reality TV.
Yeah.
And there's like a curse. They call it the housewife curse, where if you get married and have your wedding on the show, Cynthia Bailey is a good example. She got married not once, but twice on the show. She's divorced from both of those men on the show. And I love Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah, but she had her own income, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she, so there's a housewife curse, needless to say. But there are a couple of housewives on the show where they have, been on the show and then they end up getting divorced because, maybe their spouse, didn't sign up for it.
Yeah, the Kim lady from the Real Housewives.
Yeah. Well, she was never married to the guy she was with, Big Papi, but she met
the young dude that was you played for the Atlanta
Falcons. Yeah. And now they are divorced. But there are a lot of people, housewives, that when they get divorced and now they don't have jobs, they've been supported by their spouse, they are demanding that spousal support and to continue their lavish lifestyle because it was one that they have been accustomed to.
Yeah, but what if the person don't have it? Like this guy I'm talking about, Trevor, Rizza. Now he could be kind of lying about his income to the court, so he can kind of so the court can rule in his favor, and now he can not like pay a lot of child support and a lot of spousal support to his wife, right? Yeah. So the numbers that he's providing to the court could be a little bit deflated or whatever, but they have been married for a long period of time. But I'm not sure she deserved to maintain the same lifestyle they had before if he can't even maintain the same lifestyle.
Well, let me take you down to a reality level of I had a friend.
Okay.
She got married young, had 3 kids. They got divorced. You've met this friend before, and she was getting an allowance while she was married to him.
That was stupid.
So he was paying her, an allowance, and then she got child support, and she asked for that allowance to continue to maintain the lifestyle that she had provided with the kids, and they had split custody too. But so I mean, it can happen even on the smaller scale, and he was just a professor out of a university in Ohio, but it can happen to the common person.
It can happen though, but you think it was kind of like dumb of him to not require his wife to have a job?
He didn't want her to work though. That was the thing.
Yeah, but
she tried to work. She worked for like 2 months at a bank, and I'm
pretty sure this guy with the Lakers, the former Lakers player, who's going through like bankruptcy right now.
Yeah,
he didn't require his wife to work.
True. So then you gotta account for that. If she's not used to working, you wanted her to be at home with the kids, then you guys get a divorce.
But, but then again,
you gotta give her something.
Yeah, but if
to maintain that lifestyle.
Yeah, but first thing, I don't think that you deserve to maintain a lifestyle if you get a divorce. You should be committed to a man, right? If just say for the fact, I'm not sure why did Trevor and the one lady Bree is getting divorced. But say they get divorced because Trevor was cheating. Well, she knew the dude had other options out there. He's an NBA player.
She didn't know
so
that.
She should have divorced him, right?
LeBron James got options. We don't
know about LeBron James. Like he keeps his stuff on the low. We don't really know about this dude's life. This is my first time me hearing about him. To tell you the truth. But what I'm saying is that if you commit to somebody, you should commit to them. And then if you choose to separate from that person, the court shouldn't award you income for you to maintain your same lifestyle.
No. I had another friend. They got a divorce after 6 years, and she paid him the alimony. She had to pay him because she was the breadwinner of, working for the government. She had to pay him up until now. She'd only pay him for the years that within the marriage that they were married. So she's done now in the settlement, but she gave him, I think it was like $650 every month she was coming out of her check as spouse.
And that works on both sides, though. It works on both sides.
Yeah. So I mean, I think with the courts.
But who filed for divorce?
Well, she filed for divorce.
Okay.
And I guess I will say I personally think she gave up a little bit too much, but she was trying to also alleviate a messy divorce, if you will, because the situation was messy.
Look, I understand right now. You have your own career. I have my own career. We have 3 children. So if we ever to separate, God forbid, it's not going to happen. We got so much invested into each other.
Right.
But I would pay for the kids. Of course. I'm not giving you a damn thing.
I think I deserve something. I
deserve something too. If you file for child support, I'm gonna file for the same child support, spousal support. We both get it. How about that? Yeah. But okay, so going back to Gabrielle Union, going back to this is the topic that we started talking about. Do you think that Dwayne Wade? Do you think that as a man he should be responsible for paying all the household expenses?
I don't, but I don't know, because I don't know, I don't personally know Dwayne Wade. So I do think that in a way, the partnership that him and Gabrielle have created is one of being equal partners. And I think that's where they may be coming from, where it's not just a one-sided thing. I don't think Dwayne Wade feels like it makes him less of a man for his his wife to be paying half or whatever the case may be. And I do think he probably she might have said 50-50, but it could be where he could be paying the whole house mortgage, and then the other bills are split 50-50.
In her eyes, she believes it's 50-50 because that's the only bill she sees.
Right.
Really, it's probably not 50-50.
And so you never know, when they say these things to kind of get a buzz talking with in the blogs or whatever the case may be. But I don't think I would be curious to hear Dwayne Wade's side, if he feels like it's 50-50 or if he feels like he's holding down more than what she is.
He tell you the truth.
Not in a bad way.
His personality, I don't think he'll ever even say it.
No, I don't think so either. I agree. That's why I said I'd be curious to hear, but I don't think we'll ever know.
But I think the people on YouTube that's really kind of downgrading him because of the 50-50 split are like those, and you probably never heard of this term before, but if these certain people that falls under the manosphere, and if these men that, in my eyes, some of the stuff they say is 100% true, but a lot of the stuff they say is complaining about women, right? Especially black women, right? But then again, they're coming at Dwayne Wade because, with his son being a transgender, and Dwayne Wade himself is very metro, right? Now, obviously, he's not gay. He's married to Gabrielle Union, very beautiful black lady, right? But he comes across as very metro. So then you got him, his appearance, plus the fact that now his wife coming out saying they split the bills 50-50. They dog with him and say, well, he's not a man or whatever. And that's just not true. Everybody got their own relationship.
Right, I agree.
The way that you run your relationship is different from everybody else's. If it works for you, it works for both of you, go ahead and continue. That's all that matters.
Yep.
I mean, there's some men out there that are like stay-at-home dads and the woman work. Now, that could never, ever happen to me.
You don't think so?
Now, first thing, the kids would drive me crazy. And then, I don't know, I do have a certain insecurity where if I'm not paying this bill or nothing, or if I'm just standing in the house cooking dinner every day, washing dishes, I don't have that feeling that, I'm not masculine. Yeah. Right? Now, I know that could be an incorrect feeling, right? But then again, I grew up looking at my father working every day. Yeah. And my father worked through the bone.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I tried it when we first moved here for like 2 months. I couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
And we only had 2 kids at the time. So I could imagine trying to do it with the 3 kids that we have now.
Though. Just staying at home is not. It's not
any person.
It's not as easy as
I commend all the stay-at-home moms and dads out there, because it's a full-time job.
And then again, though, I understand that if you want your wife to be a stay-at-home mom, I'm talking to all the men out there who's listening to me. Just remember this, though: your wife needs something else outside of the family, a career, something else that she's doing, a hobby or something. Their whole life cannot be consumed by the family. Yeah, because that person's probably going to end up going crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I agree.
Okay, so that's what's up. Cool. Well, so that's the love portion, everybody.
Let's switch gears a little bit
here.
Go to
the economic, right?
Let's go to economic. So I came across this interesting article here, and just kind of around like saving money and savings advice. And I'm going to read off a few and kind of see, if it's something that
What's the name of the article?
Think pertains to us. So it's 48. We're not going to go through all 48. I'm going to pick out a few, but
to say the title and the website.
Yeah, I got you. So it's 48 easy things you can do to live a better and to live better and save money.
Okay.
Which, me, I'm all about, healthy lifestyle, positive affirmations.
So it's 48 easy things.
Easy things.
Are they actually easy?
Well, that's what we're going to find out.
Okay, that's what's up.
And like I said, I'm not going to go through all 48 because I do think some of them are kind of duplicate a little bit.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting, and just to kind of point out a few. So, one of the things, the big one, is to upgrade your savings account. And when you say upgrade your savings account, a lot of people are thinking, what is that? And so that kind of just means to like you giving back to yourself when you have free money. So instead of, people be like, oh, I got a little extra money, and then they go shopping or buy something, you put it back into your savings account.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is your mom does something where she gives herself, I think she said that she puts $1 a day away or something like that in an envelope.
I think it's kind of like 50 envelopes, right?
Yeah.
So they all numbered 1 to 50. But then she'll pick an envelope out the bunch that she has.
Right.
And whatever number it is, she'll put that money in there. So if it's like envelope 38, she'll put $38.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and so
very creative.
It is creative. Yeah. And so it made me think of that where she's upgrading her savings, and it's not something, some people have it where they automatically come out of their checks every month a certain amount of money that will go back to your savings account and stuff. So you kind of have that money back, but it's free money. So it's money that, like what your mom does, where she's got extra money, before she goes spend it, she'll pick that envelope out, and if it's $27, she puts that 27 back. Say she had free money of $40, you take that 27 away, then she's got that extra to spend, but at least she's saving each day.
But that's my problem with that, though. I like that method.
Yeah,
I like upgrading your savings account, but it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
There's certain things that we spend money on that's like very expensive when you aggregate it for the month.
Yeah,
like Starbucks, you go spend $4 at Starbucks. That's $4 for the day, but you aggregate that over 30 days. Yeah. So if you go for 20 days, what's that? 4 times 20 is $80 a month, right? But I will say that coffee gives you comfort. Yeah. Even going to the Starbucks this morning, and talking to people,
not gonna
just
lie,
being around the atmosphere, it gives you a certain level of comfort for you to continue with your day at work.
Well, isn't it something when you see the Starbucks line long and a lot of people there, you feel like you're missing out. You're like, I need to go get me some coffee. I'm missing out.
I just love the atmosphere of Starbucks. I love when I go in there. Everybody seems like they're very nice. The workers are nice. I love the coffee. The
problem is we have one too close to us too. Literally right up the street from us.
It stays busy.
You
know what?
And then it makes you feel like you need to go there.
That's guaranteed money. That and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
we got
another one.
That's
we got another one right up the street from us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So another easy, I guess, tip would be to buy off season. So what that means is, right now you see a lot of patio. We just kind of redid our patio and backyard grills because, you're kicking off that barbecue season, the summertime.
Yeah, but the best Memorial Day is right around the corner.
Exactly. But the best time to buy that is off season. So you buy it in the wintertime to prepare for
and that should be easy. I like that. I support that.
Yeah. So, and that could go for anything. In the wintertime, a lot of people start buying winter coats and stuff now to prepare for the winter time.
And you probably could get a really good deal on winter coats right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Christmas. A lot of people do that for Christmas ornaments and stuff. They will wait to buy their next year Christmas ornaments or even gifts once the Christmas season is already passed. So they do it in that January, February time. They buy all of the leftover Christmas from the season before to prepare for the new season because you get it on a discount. You get it on a sale because the stores don't want to take that back.
Yeah, I like that. And actually, we usually, if you remember, the last couple of summers, we've been buying the Christmas gifts for the kids.
Yes.
Right? Because
and then
first, it's not just because it's cheaper. Also, you got to remember during the pandemic, there was a backstop with the logistics. Everything was kind of like delayed a little bit, right? So we buy a lot of things early. So around Christmas time, we always have them available. But they're going to kick up the price a little bit. They say you get a discount in November after Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's not really a deal. Your best deals are doing it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that idea. That is easy.
It is. So here's another easy one. Listen to more music. I like this one.
Okay, explain this to me.
Because music is, it makes you happy. So here's what it says. It says listening to music can actually make you happier. According to research from the University of Missouri. So if you kind of listen to new tunes, you check out like Spotify where you can get a lot of music for free. Or if you have like free Okay, so another easy tip is listening to more music.
Yeah, and I apologize, everybody. We kind of got cut off from last time, but what I was going to say is that the listen to more music. That's a very easy one, right? It does put you in a good mindset. But the song that I love to listen to now is by LTD. It's called Love Ballad. It's a song that my parents used to play all the time. And the reason why I love the song so much, because every time I listen to it, I think about you.
Aww.
And usually when I listen to it, you're not around.
Aww.
All right. So everybody, especially the old school people that's listening, they definitely know that song Love Ballad. If you don't know, please look that up on Spotify or wherever you listen to your music. So,
and I'm into this song called People's. I forget the artist. It's a new artist.
Is that the lady from Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just like the song. I can't really say I listen to it because it reminds me of you, but it's a good song, everybody. So, but music moves the soul. That's what it is, not the saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
so does this make so are they saying in the article that if you listen to good music, that you will make more better economic decisions because you will be more clear-headed?
I don't know if it's economic decisions, but it's for your health. It will make you, because remember the article is 48 easy things you can do to live better and save money. So this is probably more of the live better because you just are happier. Music makes you happy.
It does make you happy.
And so that was one of the ones. Learn to say no. That's another big one too.
Hard.
I think that goes both for making you happy and savings, because you can say no to going places, doing things, spending money, but then also you can say no if it just doesn't benefit your space or your time.
Maybe you just don't have the bandwidth at the time. Maybe
correct.
I mean, it could be something for something noble too. Maybe there's a volunteer opportunity that's coming up that you always participate in, but you just don't have the bandwidth at the time. You just, you emotionally just drained. Just say no.
And in this, it says that this advice came from Bill Gates, who said that he got it from Warren Buffett, who has the great habit of not letting his calendar fill up with useless meetings. I wish I could do that sometimes.
I wish I could do that in my job. Lord knows, I wish I could do that in my job. Especially during the pandemic. It's not as bad now, but during the pandemic, we had a lot of
virtual Microsoft Teams meetings for no reason. Okay, so another thing probably to help you, live better is to find a hobby. So they have examples like collecting stamps, taking photos. A hobby that makes you happy, pretty much.
What is your hobby?
I would say I right now I'm in the space of I enjoy doing things with the kids. So watching them like play soccer on the weekends, the swimming that we do with our little one, the gymnastics. I know those kind of things. Taekwondo with our son. So those are kind of my hobbies. I think aside from that hobbies, I enjoy the girl time and talking on the phone that I get to do with my friend that's down in Alabama. So that's kind of
I would say with me
though
that when I get a chance to, I don't know, this is not like it may not be the perfect definition of a hobby, but I like to go on. I used to read a lot, and I wish I could read a lot more now outside of things that deals with work. But I will go on YouTube and I'll look up historical events. And I love history. I love learning about history. So I was like a hobby for me. I consume anything if it's historical, right? Yeah. And it could go back to like 10 years ago. But if it covers a subject that I don't know about, I love to consume it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like my hobby.
I like it. So another easy tip is to get enough sleep. It's not always easy, especially when you have kids.
Oh man, that's not easy at all.
You want to sleep in on the weekend.
Kids, career.
Yeah,
multiple careers
during the week.
Yeah.
So studies have shown that regular sleeping less than 7 hours per night correlates with higher blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and depression. So obviously the better sleep. The better sleep you get, the less healthcare bills you have, and other things. And it also affects your mood too. I think
but it's hard as hell to get sleep. Ask the average American.
That's true.
Where we used to working to the bone, right, to get what we want to support our family. Do you really get sleep?
Well, you know what I think another good thing is naps. Now, you good for taking naps on the weekend.
I am. I can take a nap.
Yeah. So I think napping too is good because then that gets you, when you get to that edge, when you're on that edge, I think if you take a nap, it helps you kind of.
But what about for your body though? Does it substitute a good night's sleep to take a nap?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But a nap can help though.
A nap can help. I would say though that in the morning, I wake our kids up because we try to let them go to bed by 10 o'clock, that's probably too late for a lot of people. But then when they get up, they don't want to get the hell up, right?
Yeah.
And I can understand that feeling because I hated getting up as a kid because I enjoyed sleep so much, and it was so much easier when I was a child.
My son enjoys sleep too.
Oh, and
that kid can sleep.
He likes to sleep. But think about it, I got too much of my father in me. Dude, you get your butt up, okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna get up, and you're gonna get ready. You're gonna go to school, even though you may have to go to school for 2 hours from now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, our son enjoys sleep. So another easy tip is to wait 24 hours. So what does that mean?
Explain that for me.
Yeah, so I thought this was interesting. And they say for purchases over 50 or a limit you determine based on your budget, wait 24 hours to make sure you really want it and you're getting a good deal.
I like
that. I always tell clients this too when in real estate. It's a little hard to do, especially when you have multiple offers on the table with the house.
Especially in this area.
Yeah. But when you're making those big purchase items, and in the article it said, $50, but any big purchase item I think is, important to sleep on it, talk it through. If you're going in with your spouse, talk about the pros and the cons before you make that purchase. Now, if it's something solo that you're buying, they always say that waiting that 24 hours and then deciding, okay, if it's still weighing on you, then yes, you make that purchase.
Yeah.
If not, then it's like, okay, you know what? I was good 24 hours. I can wait for that.
It kind of goes hand in hand with the buying off season, right? To a certain extent, it takes discipline.
Yep.
Right, because a lot of people thinking their mindset is that why am I buying a coat and it's the summer?
Yep.
Right, but it takes a discipline to buy that coat because you're getting it for a discount, but you're going to need it for the winter.
Yeah.
So many people thinking about right now.
Well, this article also says too, for e-commerce purchases, some companies will send you coupons or incentive offers to complete the purchase if you put the item in your cart and you leave it on the site. Now that is true because I've done that a number of times.
Yeah.
Where I have, thought about purchasing something and I'll stick it in the cart, and then it's so ironic. I'll get an email the next day like, "Hey, you left this in the cart. Here's 15% off." And I'm like, "Dang, thank you."
Yeah. Well, do you buy it at that point?
I do.
Okay.
Usually I do. Yeah. You'll see them boxes coming. Yeah. But it is a great strategy to save money on items that you actually need to buy. But, it's also a way for you to just kind of sit on it for a little bit.
Well, let me ask you this question, though. Well, not necessarily a question. I just want to make a statement. I have this nasty habit that I developed that late at night, it has to be late at night too, like 30 minutes before I go to bed, maybe around 10 o'clock, is that I will go on Amazon and
see what's on there
and just start buying stuff. Yeah. Right.
We get an Amazon box a day. I think we got one today.
Get so many. It's so easy.
It is. But it's these habits that they take some discipline, like you said.
Yes, they do.
So this one I found interesting, again, to kind of help you be happier, is to stretch every morning.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, and it's not just your simple, reaching and to the sky as you yawn, but they, actually say like practicing yoga regularly, or any type of like, just even on the bed, like just there's some, bed stretching exercises you can do. Now, I did hear that it is actually good too to also stretch at nighttime or do like a low impact type of yoga or something to kind of relax your mind, meditation. Before you go to sleep will help you sleep better, but this is actually in the morning to kind of get the blood flowing in your body to stretch. So I thought that was interesting.
I like that. Yeah.
Another thing, kind of more on the money side, is to live below your means. And that is a toughie.
That is difficult.
So living within your means is a good first step, but ideally you should live below your means. So that means spending less than what you make each month and focusing on saving, which allows you the more chances to take advantage of opportunities when they come up. That is difficult.
I like that, but I will tell you something right now. It's very difficult to do. When I had the job that I'm in, the agency that I work for now, I had a very large raises, but there was one that was very significant. Now you will think that I should have maintained the same lifestyle as I was living before and put some of that money back.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a brand new car. But I will say though, that was years ago. That was like 2 years ago, and I actually still have the vehicle right now. So you know, I learned my lesson. But I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a new car.
Yeah,
you know?
it is hard.
But that's very difficult to do.
Yeah, it is difficult to do.
Yeah.
I even think that's difficult to do when you throw in kids in the mix.
Yes, it is, of course.
They want to do all these activities.
Well, you want the best for them. You want them to have a lifestyle that you never had, right?
Do.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yes, it is.
So here's another one just for your health is to laugh more. And I think we all need that. I mean, kindness goes a long way. I think in this world, you know, you never know who you come across, what they're dealing with. So studies have shown that laughing has a wide range of health benefits. So for example, a Vanderbilt University study estimated that you can burn up to 40 calories by laughing for 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Wow. That's amazing.
And a University of Maryland study found that having a sense of humor might actually ward off heart disease and other health risks, stress. So I think it's important to, you know, definitely laugh.
You know, I want to say one thing though about that laughing more. You know that my father passed about 3 weeks ago now, and I was going through a lot of grief, which I'm still going through.
Yeah.
But I looked up on YouTube. I was on YouTube and I seen the Saturday Night Live monologue that Dave Chappelle gave, and he was on Saturday Night Live around I think November of 2022. But he gave this 18-minute monologue, which, you know, people who usually host Saturday Night Live, they usually don't do that. Even if you're a comedian, they don't give you that much time. But Dave Chappelle is a genius, right? So he gave the 18-minute monologue. He talked about Kanye West and everything he was going through with his people perceived as being anti-Semitic things that he was saying. But when he was going through that, it was genius. That monologue is genius. It just, I don't know, it makes me feel so much better because I was laughing.
Yeah.
And like, I was laughing so much it was bursting out my chest. And it does make you feel better. So, you know, that's my story to kind of, you know, cement that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. So I'll just do a few more that I thought were interesting, more on the economy side. So use your credit cards less.
Is that easy, baby?
It's not easy. It is not easy. And that is just because credit cards have notoriously high interest rates, especially we know now, you know, so they are difficult to pay down. So I will say this, if you use your credit card, try to pay it off. As you know, especially the ones that have points and things like that, where you can, you know, you're kind of building up those points. But, you know, it is more easier said than done.
It is. I would say that if you have the ability to pay it off, you probably don't use your credit card in the first place. But I will say that it's easier to use your debit card less than your credit card. Do you know why? Because if you don't have no money in your checking account, you can't use your debit card.
Okay, that's one way to think about it. You're silly. I thought this was interesting too for happiness.
What's up?
Is to spend on experiences. So pretty much what it's saying is you'll get more happiness from going on a vacation than buying a new couch. And that's reported by the New York Times. So research has found that in general, spending money on experiences can bring more happiness than spending on more stuff. And I do agree with that. I think that, you know, cherishing those experiences, capturing those experiences versus a couch can bring you more.
I like
definitely more happiness.
That definitely makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because those experiences, you're going to stay with you forever.
Yeah.
An item is only going to stay with you for a certain period of time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, a few more.
Okay, give them to me.
So don't pay full price.
I like that.
So this is a big one. So there is a way to avoid paying full price for just about anything. For a serious discount, you know, you check out services like Groupon or Living Social, as well as, you know, other sites like offer.com and, you know, coupons.com. But you can also, I also think that's the same for the housing market. You know, there's the listing price.
Never pay the listing price.
And then you have,
avoid it.
if you have a good agent that can run the comps, see what it, you know, what's around there. Now, you may have to pay over the listing price,
especially in this area,
because you get into those bids. But also, you know, is the house updated? So, you know, you definitely want to say, if you're going to pay more, you know, has the appliances been all up to date? You know, are they throwing a home warranty in there? So there's pros and cons to that.
For your buck.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was something. But when it comes to like little items, it's definitely, find the deal that you can.
But be very careful with that. Just don't buy it because you perceive it as a deal.
Yeah.
Because if so, you be in Target all the time buying little knickknacks that you're never going to
Target,
use
you can
again.
rack up money.
Yeah.
That's just a. I thought this one was interesting. There's some other little ones like cancel a gym membership that's unused.
Hey,
which I think a lot of us
don't cancel it. Go to the gym and use it.
Yeah, but I think a lot of us canceled that gym membership during COVID or
Well, of course
suspended
you
it.
did, though, but I hope you reactivated it, or I hope you bought some workout equipment for home.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you use it.
I thought this was spend time with your kids.
Oh man.
I know you and I do that a lot as a parent on the weekends. So that's our son.
Hey, be quiet, buddy, please.
Okay.
Hold on.
So there you go. Spending time with your kids.
Yeah, that was our kid now being annoying.
And,
not that kind of time.
And then I'll just say the last one here is, ask, your company what benefits they have for you aside from healthcare benefits. But like, some companies they have reward programs or, different things where
educational benefits. So you want to get that, make sure you take advantage of that.
If you're trying to get a master's degree or some doctorate degree.
Retirement benefits.
Yes. So I think those are important that play into your financial. And then just this last one was find free entertainment. So I know in this Northern Virginia area, if you go down to Old Town, especially coming up here, DC, they have a lot of free entertainment things going on that you can look up and do with your kids. They have it for family, adults. So finding things like that. There's different groups that you can do to really kind of benefit you of less spending.
Yes.
And you just kind of go out, meet people, and then you get to do the free entertainment.
To go to your local park. In North Virginia, we've been blessed with a lot of great parks.
Yeah, there's a lot of good parks.
And I know in the city that you live in, you probably have a lot of great parks too. Take advantage of them.
Covered them all here either.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't been to all of them, but there's a lot of great parks here. Just walk around. You'd be surprised.
Yes.
You'd be surprised how soothing that is on your soul.
Yes, I agree. So those are just some of the few things that I think will benefit
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
All right. So, in closing, if you guys are in that Northern Virginia area, give us a call. Hit me up via email or on some of my social media if you're interested and need just some, real estate advice. It's Danielle, DONYELL Allen, ALLEN at C21 N as in Nancy, M as in Mary.com, or you can find me on Instagram at realtor.Danielle Allen. And you'll also find the podcast here dropped there. Go over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. What are some other ones?
I believe Stitcher. You have iHeartMedia.
There's
another one, but it kind of escapes me right now. I think Google Podcasts.
Podcasts. Make sure you leave us some comments. Do a review for us. Let us know what you like, and also drop some topics down there if you've got any.
Stay positive, though. Make sure to stay positive. And if you got something negative going on in your life, you kind of want us to discuss, but just kind of put a positive spin on it. We'll gladly do that. Yeah,
and we can bring it up as a topic. If you hear anything that's a hot topic that you just want us to address, or have a question for us, reach out to us. And we appreciate you guys listening in.
Yeah, I just want to let you know right now what we're looking at, because everybody thinking like, what the hell's going on in the background? We got our doofus son out here, and we have a gas fire pit, and this dude is trying to blow out the fire, which is
the candles.
Yeah, the little candles, which is kind of impossible. So this is what happens when you have a married life, right? A family life. This is what it is.
We're spending time with the kids.
You're spending time with the kids. But we'll be back very soon with another episode. We appreciate everybody who takes the time to listen. And please give us feedback, because we kind of live for that. Any kind of feedback, we will make sure to mention it on this podcast. Hopefully it's positive. And, we love you all. Everybody have a good night.
Thanks for listening to Love and Real Estate.
Bye.